Mr. President, I rise today to express my disappointment that the budget deal that we will soon be voting on reflects just that, a deal. Not legislation, a deal. It raises spending above the caps. Now, that's the spending limits that we put in place just 2 years ago. It raises revenue from hardworking Americans to pay for this new spending and promises to cut some spending in the future. We've seen how that story ends before. We've already read that book. We'll spend more now, we'll grow the government more now, and ultimately the spending cuts will never materialize. Mr. President, this is not the right path forward. My constituents back home in Wyoming and Americans across this country deserve better. We talk about how we have reduced the deficit. Reduce the deficit. Yeah, that means that we used to be overspending $1 trillion a year, and now we're only overspending $500 billion, which is $500 billion. That's still overspending. And families across America know that you can't keep spending more than you take in. On conference committees, I've seen the deals be made before. I've never seen one made by so few people before. In this one, there was a Democrat from the Senate and a Republican from the House. And the two of them came up with a conclusion that this is what we should have. Well, that's not too bad, provided it goes through a normal process, which means we get to make some amendments. Now, when you make amendments, some pass, some fail. But at least you get to bring up the unintended consequences that you see in there. And that's why we have so many people in Congress, 100 here and 435 on the other side. That's why we have a whole lot of backgrounds looking at everything that happens around here from a whole lot of perspectives, so maybe we can stop the unintended consequences. But that's only if it goes through a normal process. So far, the tree is filled on this bill. What's that mean? That means no amendments allowed. Take it or leave it. No matter what you think of it, forget it. So we're going to have some unintended consequences that are going to come out of this, and they're going to become law.